Hey, Todd Berry from toddberry.com. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how you find big people, big leaders, big fish, so to speak. But I'm going to talk about it in a little different way than you might expect, because you might be thinking, oh, so he's going to talk about how to prospect a corporate executive or how to make inroads into a certain organization. No, I'm not going to actually talk about that. I'm actually not going to talk about how to have a conversation with a millionaire. I'm not going to talk about that. Because, the truth is, those actually aren't hard conversations. And someone who's already really successful, if you say, hey, I'd like to sit down and talk to you. I'm working on a venture and I'd like you to take a look at it and let me know if there's someone that you think would be a good fit, or those kinds of people will talk to you. Or you might even maybe it might be something you'd be open to looking at as a side venture. That people who are really successful are very open-minded, which is an interesting thing because a lot of people are afraid of those people, and that's just the opposite. They're the most open. The guy who's not open is the one who's struggling down the street, who can't rub two nickels together and can't get off his couch, and then you tell him you got an opportunity. He's like, oh, that never worked, based on all of his financial savviness, right? But I'm actually not talking about those people. I'm giving you a different thing, all right? So when I fish, right, I catch and release, except certain fish, right? Certain saltwater fish will catch. But when I freshwater fish, which I love to do, I catch and release. And when I especially catch little ones, I am very, very delicate with the little ones to make sure I put them back and they're okay, right? Because I want them to grow up to be bigger ones, right? So what's that have to do with this? Well, in your business, right? In your business, if you think about what makes up an organization, right? Everybody thinks about, man, I want to find the leader. Okay, I get that. You do want to find the leader, right? But most people are looking in the wrong place. They're trying to look at somebody and say, oh, they're a leader. They might be. But I'm telling you, leaders here. It's here. You can't see that, right? And most of the people who are leaders in the industry, and I'm saying most because that's true. And so I don't know what the number is, but I'll bet it's 90% plus of the leaders in the industry were not recognizable leaders anywhere else prior to this, all right? And in most cases, they got involved for a much smaller reason. So let me give you a little insight of that. The people who are the big hitters, right? Let's call it the 5%. The 5% in the industry who makes six figures. And by the way, that's not because only 5% can. That's because 5% care, right? That's a human nature thing. Anybody can. It's just a function of how many want to. And so it seems to work out that way in human nature. So those 5%, their businesses aren't made up of other 5%, right? They're made up of everybody else. And so if you think about it, the biggest area, right? The biggest area in the business is customers first. If you don't have customers being the dominant thing, your company ain't going to last anyway. And so make sure that you don't tie your long-term wagon to that, right? If it doesn't have a plan, if that's driven by something that's so good from a customer perspective, people would use it whether they're doing the business or not, you don't have anything long-term. You don't have a long-term. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm not telling you not to make money while you can. I'm just telling you the truth. It's not going to last. So a solid opportunity, the customer base is a main part of what's happening, right? The next level up are the people who are bringing in most of the customers. And the people who are bringing in most of the customers are the 80% group who really only cares about making $300, $400, $500 a month. That's it. They get there. It's been a huge thing for them, right? Because they're making an extra $3,500 to $5,000 or $6,000 a year. Plus, they have the tax advantages, which makes it feels more like $7,000 to $10,000 a year. Plus, it's taken the financial burden. They have the community. It's the greatest thing you can do to that, to make that kind of income, right? It's way better than a part-time job, which is no leverage. You go to it and you get paid, or you don't. Or here you can create that and it's residual style. But I'm not trying to sell you on the idea. You get it, I hope. And so that's your biggest group, right? That's your biggest group. And then you have the 15%ers that make $1,000, $2,000 a month, and they're just ecstatic about that. And then the 5%. The bottom line is The 80%, you can think of it like those little fish. Those little fish that I catch that I'm so gentle with before I put them back in. Because that's where the majority of the major players come in. They come from the 80%. They get started in the industry to meet a little goal, to help themselves in a way, and then they learn and they grow their belief, and then they feel better about it. And if they feel welcome, they stay and they grow something, and they become the 5%ers. And you see it all the time. And so it's important, right, that you understand to treat these people, which is probably you, right? I mean, you probably, maybe you have an idea of making big money, but you came in probably like an 80%er, because I'm an everyday guy, and that's who I'm going to resonate with anyway, right? Yeah, I came in trying to make something happen, but I certainly came out of the 80% culture. I didn't have a track record of success. I didn't have any money. Right? I mean, that was my culture. And so that's who I like to help anyway. But you always make these people feel welcome. Always let them know you care about them. Focus on helping them grow and nurture the relationship. It's okay, whatever they want. You never make them feel bad. You just want to make sure you serve them and make them feel appreciated in your community. Because if you do, the ones that are going to grow up will grow up. And when they do, you're going to have 5%ers on your hands where you never anticipated it. So I hope that is a helpful message for you. I see too many people focused on trying to find the 5%ers instead of understanding that they probably have them already. And then they just keep finding whoever they find and let those people sort and treat them all well and give them a community where everybody feels appreciated and safe and happy to be here. And that's where they come from. So I hope that was helpful for you. Feel free to share this and let others get this message. Make sure you sign up for toddburry.com if you haven't already, to get my consistent trainings that come out, and join my fan page too on Facebook, where I do live training 5 days a week over there, and also Q&A with the fans. So, hey, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.